Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 36 Heretical Podcast. We are joined here today by Chill,
Hi.
Josh,
Hi.
and myself included.
Who are you?
Say hi.
Alright, would anyone like to start us off?
Alright. I've, I've got a topic. I just started playing a game called Mortal Shell. It came out just recently. I believe on the 18th, right?
Yes.
It's a Souls-esque game, or Souls-like. And that's not really a loosely used term like most fucking marketing teams use. But this honestly feels like sit your ass down.
I thought we were going already.
We're gonna talk a little bit, then go. But alright, this feels like the first Dark Souls, where there's technically bonfires, but it's like this one lady you talk to her, the level of your character, yada yada yada, and it sets her as a spawn point basically. She's in different places along the map, and every time you talk to one of them, that sets your spawn point, kind of like setting your spawn point at different bonfires. The thing that really reminds me of Dark Souls 1 is there isn't fast travel between the two, between any one of them. So you have to travel. It kind of
Yeah,
there is I haven't unlocked it.
late. It's late game.
Ah, that's why. Just like Dark Souls
Towards
1.
the end of the game, you get the bit. I thought you were saying that it's like Dark Souls 1 where you can't travel. Oh.
Well, like early game, you can't fast travel in Dark Souls 1.
Well, see, when you said you can't travel like in Dark Souls 1, and that's what I was like, but you can.
Oh, but you can't travel. You have to run from bonfire to bonfire, essentially. I'm calling her a bonfire. I don't give a shit. But
Bonfire.
um, it is a small game. It's only what 4 or 6 gigs.
4 gigs.
4 gigs, 4.6 gigs. Because since it's such a small game, there's only four shells, which are the things you play as. Those are the builds. You don't build stats. You use shells, which are pre-built playstyles, basically. And there's 4 different weapons you can use. A staff, which can be turned into a flaming staff. A broadsword, which has a special move of turning it to ice. A kind of like a broadsword, which has like a metal pole that comes out the hilt of it, and a hammer and dagger combo, which I think does poison damage. So far, it's been pretty good. It is a little tedious running from place to place trying to figure out what everything is. There's no map. There is just you're fucking wandering through as like this swampy area and getting on the map, and I think it transitions to like a stone area. Well, there's a bunch of like veering off spots where you can go further into like little dungeons, but it's so fucking difficult to keep track of where you are and where you're going. It's just good, I think, because you have to fucking remember where shit is. Nowadays, it's like, oh, I was looking at a map. Oh, it's this way.
I just
I
want to say,
think all in all, go on.
you know how difficult it would be if you were trying to remember everything, like instead of like the map? Like imagine like Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. You know how hard it would be to navigate that house without a map? I'm just saying sometimes a map is actually necessary.
Yeah,
compared
but
to
the map of Mortal Shell from lab experience is very small. It's just intertwining in itself. It's like paths loop around the central area. like Resident Evil 7, where it's like a big map. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, the thing is, I don't think Resident Evil 7 wasn't like a big map. It was just there was a lot of secret compartments that led back to a certain way or one-way areas that involved a lot of looping back around. And it's like easy to get yourself to loop back.
Makes sense. I never really played Resident Evil 7 because I didn't really like the first person aspect of it.
Well, I thought it was interesting, considering I actually just took a long break from the old usual action bit.
Yeah, Resident Evil 6 was Resident Evil 5 all action too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the past couple of series has always
4
been action.
was where they transitioned to a more action-based one, but 4 still had a good like style to the original, and then 5 it went like pure action. And lost any possible horror aspect, or at least to make you anxious like the other games would. This 4 still had that in it.
Is there anything new that's been happening with... Oh, didn't Halo get delayed? I think it got delayed to 2021.
It's actually, I think it was.
Yeah. I just remember saying it's like people were pissed about it being delayed. And it's like, they're complaining, it's coming out too soon, it doesn't look good enough. It's delayed. Why the fuck is it why is it coming out now? Like, make up your fucking minds.
It's the whole COVID ordeal kind of fucked a lot of games releases, so...
Yeah.
I don't know why people are surprised. A lot of people stopped like working on their games properly.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to access game files and like, model files when you...
Do it from your calculator.
When it's like on a hard drive in the office. I doubt they put it on cloud shit, but possible.
I'm just saying they should have done it on their Expo calculators. It's their fault this happened.
We all know those things can run Doom.
Exactly.
TA to force.
So that's right, maybe.
I'm convinced there's nothing that can't run Doom.
You can't run Doom.
Fuck, you're right.
While technicalities, I am correct.
But it's, honestly, I don't mind if the game is delayed. As long as the game doesn't come out being complete shit.
I'd rather come out with 2% of the game than actually have it finished. Fucking terrible idea. Finishing games, fucking stupid.
A lot of people actually bring it up now that I think about it. It's like, oh, I'd rather have the game quickly finished and all that, but you have to keep rushing people to actually finish the game.
Yes. Yeah.
Josh. Always yelling at developers, you big meanie.
Sending emails and sending letters and
sending very
day.
aggressive emails. Hey, if you don't finish the game soon, I'm gonna leave a 3.5 star review. I'll do it.
Just writing these down, sending it by carrier pigeon.
Don't make me do it, because I will.
Just keep flying in.
It just restarted.
Day, like clockwork.
Sorry to interrupt, but it was just started.
Okay.
Okay. Well, like we said earlier, is we well, that'd be something to address after this. Actually, I shot it now, by the way.
All right.
Everybody shot it.
Where's it?
Josh.
Oh, I shot it.
In front of
Alright.
But anyways, go ahead, finish. Go on with what you guys are saying.
I was gonna say I really don't mind. It kind of bothers me a little bit, but all in all, I'd rather have a game be delayed than come out complete shit and just destroying the series.
I'd rather the entire series be ruined. Fuck the series. Fuck all the series. Every game. Not just one in particular. Every series. Anything that goes past the first game, fuck them.
The original's always best.
We don't need them.
As we play the video game. That was notoriously bad at launch.
Don't know what you're talking about. Ouch! Century gun mean. Owie.
I see you just get lit off. But what were you gonna say, Alex?
I don't say anything.
Oh, I thought you guys. Ah! Alright, what were you gonna say, Will? If I get lit up by a turret?
Hey, that's what happened to me. But, no, what I was gonna bring up is, how we were gonna try to talk about more stuff that we're just having fun with again. Because, if anybody who's watched the last couple of episodes, you've probably noticed the tendency of not bringing up anything, like, personal, I guess, per se. We've just been going from topic to topic of what's new, what's updating, what's being removed.
We basically became a
Stuff
straight,
like that.
informational podcast.
Informational. Yeah.
I can't unlock it.
There you go, now it's unlocked.
But
no, yeah, we kind of went like a straight informational route, and I guess anybody who's watched the last couple of podcasts has probably noticed that no matter what it was, we never really discussed, like I said, anything more personal per se or anything like that. It's mainly just been, this was updated, this is releasing, this was removed because it was broken, this is being patched, and this game's delayed.
If anything, the most personal thing we would do is probably to say, oh, we tried this out, it was alright, or this was fun, that was it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been kind of lackluster in that area, to be entirely honest, which, yeah, we shouldn't have been, but it also came with the fact that there's also been less personal things to talk about since the whole COVID deal,
kind of
I
destroyed
guess.
our personal lives.
Yep. God damn it. But, yeah, we've, not been able to do as much as we initially were going to, like stuff with hanging out in the summer and actually being able to go out and do shit of our own personal time, you know, basically just do our own things instead of just being limited to only being able to talk on Xbox, because there was, like I said, initial plans to actually hang out throughout the summer and do a bunch of different stuff all together, but COVID put a slam around that one.
Yes.
But I think that's part of the reason it became less personal in the end, honestly, is just because we've been so... It just became less, you know, able to do shit, and then we just kind of focused more and more on, you know, new information, basically. Like Josh said, we basically became an informational podcast, just talking about updates, new releases, delays, patches, and whatever shit there. So, you know, fun stuff. And we've been rinsing and repeating that method for, what, like, fucking 3 or 4 episodes now?
Yeah, and it's just, we burn through it so quickly, and it's just like a short podcast. It feels like a short podcast.
Also,
Well, to be fair, we were trying to rush it though, because with problems with recording and crashing and all that.
Yeah.
I was actually just about to say that too. As I say, I guess the other reason we were also rushing is because every fucking time we were doing one, for some reason they would crash out early and fuck it all up.
Right, max like 30 minutes.
Literally had to make a 3-part episode of one podcast.
Yep. Shit happens. We're kind of on the topic of like talking more personal shit. Is like I've been getting back into GTA. Honestly, it's been kind of doing it just for shits and giggles, basically.
You jacked me one.
And I did. I'm not ashamed of it.
I'm perfectly fine with it.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Exactly.
Same thing with fucking iFunny. Shit never dies. Also, I've been having a lot more fun. I've been having a lot of fun with it, just sticking around, driving, not really doing anything. But that's just me. I can find really enjoyment in most games. I'll be free roam.
For me, I find that. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was about to say, you go ahead next.
Personally, I find that if you don't really worry about the Mark II so much, or any of the presses so much, you stop worrying about the people that are trying to gun you down on it, you actually tend to have a lot more fun. And like a lot of people always say, it's always better with friends.
It's the company that makes the meal.
Exactly. In fact, one of the things me and Josh did, for some reason, we just decided to go along with it. We literally decided to cosplay as Heavy from T-Fortress 2. He went with Blue Heavy, I went with Red Heavy. And every mission that we did, we ran with miniguns. And we just...
Miniguns or shotguns?
And our fists.
Yep.
And everything.
If anyone is going to get picked that, we're using the short pump action shotguns.
Yes.
Another fucking purists.
I will admit though, I did have to use the laser minigun due to the fact of I'm not a high enough rank to get the actual minigun itself.
I'm just slightly over level to get it.
Yes, you have to be level 100. I'm like level 88.
Just slightly over at level 300. And something, I can't remember, but game is a lot of fun to go back to and stick around with. Since they added some new guns with it, it's pretty fun. Not guns, sorry, like cars. I wish they had new guns.
That would be nice to bring back some old ones.
Or bring in some new ones, like a heavy assault rifle that's a SCAR, which everyone's been wanting. But
personally, I wanted to bring back the musket. I want to get the musket back.
Oh, you just get a. You kind of miss your chance for the fly. But
yeah.
Kind of playing the casinos and the shits and giggle thing too. I still remember the fucking days when that thing first came out. There was wars happening over the goddamn with the casino just to get in. Everyone knew that's where everyone was going, so people like the fucking reefers would just post up right outside of the casino and kill everyone who was trying to go in. So it was just full-on wars right outside. Well, like everyone inside who was able to get inside was just peacefully playing cards or some shit. It's just a full-on war going on. Which, granted, we did participate in quite a few. And that's one thing this group really likes to do is, if you fuck with one of us, you fuck with all of us.
Yeah.
Bring the pain. I think we ended up, one time we had 6 or 7 people fighting one person because that one person fucked with one of us.
It was 8 and they messed with me.
Gotcha.
If I remember correctly, it's because they blew up a transport.
Yeah, they blew up me. I was doing a transport mission.
Mm-hmm.
How about fail? It's kind of a mentality we've always had in a lot of games. In a multiplayer, we always stick together, and it's so much fun. Just like earlier, it's a lot more fun with friends.
I say, even this game here, everything we do was kind of co-op oriented. Like, we have one person taking care of this, one person taking care of that. Like, I was put in charge of food, pretty much, at this point. I always make corn soup and all that.
I was in charge of munitions factory.
Yeah. As I
I
said,
can't
Joe was also up doing that as well. Munitions as well. Crafting munitions. No, his was more repairs and upgrades.
Yeah, but my camp's right outside the munitions factory. It's easy for me to just go there and start every time we get into a private server.
Yeah, that's just more though. We do like, oh yeah, private server, obviously.
Yeah, you usually did the food ice. Josh would grab the munitions factory for us, or at least clear it so I could come claim it since I had more caps. And then I handled all the upgrades for everyone because I spec'd into being able to build everyone's shit.
See, everyone knows their place.
There's also games like
Yep, so
Payday.
that was our revolve around. You made sure we always had food for the time being.
Yes.
I made sure we had extra shit.
And then you just
Josh just is a
build
patient.
starter.
Yeah, you guys,
The
you guys are fine without me.
But it's kind of like that in every game. Every game we find, it's co-op. We always find our roles pretty fast, actually.
Oh yeah, because we already know each other's face down really rapidly.
You always have the one and only goddamn medic role. Always.
Exactly.
For some fucking reason.
It's this way.
Ice, that reminds me, do you have wildlands?
Nope.
Fuck.
I have breakpoint.
That's not important to me.
I know.
The multiplayer of Breakpoint isn't as good as Wildlands.
Not even close. Since you bring in...
Do you desire Wildlands?
I was waiting for the question.
Isn't it? Actually, I think it's on Game Pass still, I think.
No, why not?
I don't think so.
Otherwise, I definitely would have had it downloaded a while ago.
Well, fuck your duck. Oh, that sucks.
In a lot of ways,
That was another thing Josh and I have.
Yeah, we've
Josh and I have gotten back into Wildlands a bit. We started playing that yesterday again. Did not realize they were still kind of in support of it. I didn't realize. I mean, maybe this was a while ago, but they added some new guns to every one of the characters in it, which was cool. There was two ops since we last played: the sapper and the
Sharpshooter.
I think it's the sharpshooter. Yep, sharpshooter. So they added those. Like I said, it's probably a while ago, but we haven't played in a long time, and I thought it was interesting. And almost everybody, not everybody, but most people got new weapons to use on their classes, which was cool.
Most of the original ops.
That's something we're trying to go back to. Yep, that's something we're trying to go back to for the good PvP of it. The competitive side of it is actually kind of fun. Not the most balanced all the time, but fun. So, anything new that's going on lately? I can't really recall. Oh, Override is a fun game. Override Mech City
Oh
Bravo,
god,
I
that
think what
is
it's called.
such an addicting game.
That's it, pretty fun.
It's on free with gold with Xbox. Actually, it's been very enjoyable. A lot of fun to play. Very casual stuff. There's like, I think it's like 14 characters.
I think it's 10 without pass, 14 with pass.
Something
Or
like that.
or behind them, basically.
Good DLC characters.
Yeah. But even with that being the case, a lot of good characters, a lot of fun to play around with a group of friends. 4-player, you can also do like co-op, team, like not co-op, but team fighting. Make your own teams fight each other, or there's even ones where it's you would what do you call it? Fucking like go into one bot together. That's what it is. You'd all kind of team up and go into one bot. You could have 2 people in the pilot, co-piloting it, or you can do 3 people.
4 people.
You can do 4 people in one bot, and it gives you all different areas to controls, which is kind of cool.
It's really interesting because it can either make or break your friendship, really. It's kind of like Monopoly.
That's for sure. A lot of fun, though. Really good game.
If you don't
Very
have good communication, you'll be yelling at each other. Shit.
Honestly, man, most of the argument is going to be, well, for three people, one person would be controlling the arms, the other person would be controlling the legs, one person would be controlling the head, and the head's pretty much camera movement. And you have to cooperate with your legs, walking and where you're looking at the same time. So oftentimes it results in arguments. Because you don't know whether your legs want to disengage or not, if you're trying to rush into the fight. So most of the time I'll walk on and try to look away, because I thought we were disengaged.
God damn it. It came in right at the end of this goddamn event again.
Any other inputs to throw in, guys? Anything interesting you've been getting into lately? Anything like that?
Well, I actually want to get Chill's opinion on something.
Oh no.
No, it's actually, I just want to hear your opinion on this. After a while, we somehow managed to get you back into For Honor.
Yes.
And you
I
got
want to kill
yourself...
myself still.
No, that's normal. After a while, you actually got interested to play Warmonger. I want to know, after a while, what's your own opinion of Warmonger?
I think Warmonger's a pretty good character. I like it overall. It's pretty Warden-esque. I mean, not too different from Warden. I'd say probably a mix between Warden and a little bit of Centurion's fight style, honestly. I wouldn't even really give it much of a Lawbringer after playing her. I'd say probably more Centurion-like because of the aggression of, like, punching and shit like that a lot.
Or her case slash.
I say, I mean, there's the defensive side of it, I guess, where you can kind of play like Lawbringer, but honestly, you're far more amped to play like either a Warden or a Centurion than anything, with either aggression with punches and beatdown type deal, or aggression with doing a lot of lights mixed into heavies and unblockables and shit. Overall, I think it's a pretty good character. Balanced wise, probably not, I don't know. It's hard to tell what's balanced in that game because nothing's fucking balanced. But overall, pretty fun to come back to and play a bit. It's been an adventure to come back to. Still a terribly balanced game. Overall, though, to be honest, and team-wise, it ain't much better. Get teams where it's like 200 to 300 some reps versus a team that's all like 40 and under, so that's always fun. But overall, not fucking too bad to go back to. It's been kind of entertaining. Fun to play with a group of friends. Armor still looks good though. They did still do good on that part as the aesthetic-wise. Still fairly pleasing.
They do good with that, but the way they fucking do everything else, it ruins the game. All PvP-wise.
Yeah, they're not the greatest at stuff. It is a for sure.
I'd say the core combat update changed a lot of things as well, along with lots of endurance and buffs.
I don't feel the difference in the core combat.
I was gonna say I don't really feel a difference either. Honestly, it seems entirely the same to me.
I noticed a little bit of a difference, but it's not enough for it to actually bug me. There's only
the only difference I notice is that my combos, sometimes I run out of stamina a little bit quicker than I used to, but the same combos are still more preliminary to use. I think preliminary is the word. I don't know.
I said the only two definitely noticeable things is the Highlander buff and the Air Motion nerf. Those two things alone are personally what changed things a lot up for me. It kind of makes things very irritating.
Highlander's fucking Highlander's laser way too fucking fast.
It's only the second life.
I think Highlander as a whole. I think Highlander as a whole is just a dumb character. I think it was really stupid to give someone a fucking pose that lets them do all unblockables, which makes him the most annoying gank machine because you have to prioritize his attacks.
And then Eramusha's nerf, which honestly annoys me, not for the fact that I play Eramusha or anything, it's just for the simple fact that I'm pretty sure Chill can agree with me on this one as well. We had Eramusha's heavy timed down perfectly to parry every single time. But now that they actually threw it off, it's actually...
Yeah, now that they've changed it so severely in timing where it's almost like a 1.5 difference, it becomes very annoying to parry because you have the one ingrained in your muscle memory, and then you go to do it and you fucking miss it.
Honestly, I'm tempted to play Eramusha and just spam heavy just for people to be unaware of it.
For real though. This shit throws me off fucking in time. So, as I said, just to fuck more. Not to make them, but... it's off-putting.
I think it's kind of been brought up a lot, but the Wulong is what the faction is called.
Wulin.
So their fights are so unbalanced. It's like
Yeah, they're pretty balanced for sure.
Ubisoft was like, oh boy, what can we add to game fun? Someone who is way too fucking fast.
Yeah, the faction as a whole definitely has too much spear attacks.
They're assassin. They're on steroids.
Ripped all maids who all got their to the ground, honestly.
Not to mention also,
also to keep in mind, we play this on console, so some people who would hear that would go, it's not that bad, but if your computer is a whole different level of bullshit from console, apparently fairly well balanced, because you can actually react on the dime for the most part with your mouse, and that's fine. I mean, that's not a bad thing. Good for them. It must be nice being on PC, honestly. Apparently you can like react on a dime and play just fine on PC, and it's all pretty easy to go about, which is cool. But no, on console it's a complete different fuckfest, as because of latency between controllers and stuff like that, it's extremely hard to react to half of people's lights.
That's why Highwind is just honestly ruining the whole console thing.
I say it's part of like one of the big issues there is it's not just that the game is... It's not that the game is imbalanced on computer, because on computer, from what I understand, it's actually a fairly balanced landscape, which, like I said, good for them. It's great. It's great that the computer version isn't a shitfest as much as it is on here, but the console one is definitely not very balanced due to the, like I said, certain people's lights are almost like impossible to counter if hit by the first one due to latency. So.
Almost like Rainbow Six.
Really, it seems like Ubisoft does not pay too well attention to their console ports.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. That thing isn't really normal. Well, it's normal.
Yeah, Ubisoft don't give a shit. Console players, fuck that.
They have a
fucking
voice.
Clears.
It's the PC is where the
play
money.
Console? You kidding me? Who the fuck plays on a console? But, alas, overall though, it's been entertaining to come back for the most part though, so it's not too bad.
Nice.
Obviously you can see we've been getting back into 76, that's another big one. Trying to start play this more because, trying to start and play this more, God, I skipped 3 fucking words in there.
I blew myself.
But overall it's been kind of nice to come back to, because, there's supposed to be a new update coming out within the next month here. They recently put in the update that added the, pretty much the liaison officer for the Brotherhood, allowing you to donate materials at the, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a fucking astrology center, basically. I can't remember what it is.
Sure. Did they ever, add back in, did they ever add in the idea of the legendary cards yet, or legendary perks, and they still haven't added that back in?
No, I think that's with
Atlas. No, that's going to be with the next patch, hopefully. Atlas Sorry is what it's called. That's where it's at now. That's one of the liaison officers that takes resources for the Brothers too, which is kind of cool. But anyways, no, the legendary perk's supposed to come with the next patch now. The next patch is also supposed to bring the what do you call it? It's I can't think of it.
What's the level
It's a certain
gap
event.
thing?
Yes, that's actually supposed to come too.
So
The
when
next
they
one is
go,
supposed to bring the level gap thing. This Wendigo Colossus event. I can't remember what
Yeah.
it's called. Colossal Problem. There it is. They're supposed to add the event that was supposed to come out a while ago. If anybody knew about it, Colossal Problem should have been out this last update when they introduced the liaison officer. Didn't happen, so that's its own issue right there. But now they're supposed to be adding him in the next one for that event, which will be cool. They also are supposed to be doing the legendary perks next update, so that'll be really nice because they actually put some updates into that, added some new ones, corrected the names of certain ones. Yeah, they buffed some and everything. They made some of them better and less specific, which was a problem before. A lot of people didn't like. Big issue in the past when they first announced legendary perks and showed them off. People were a bit upset because the perks were very, 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 very specific to like what you had to have for it to even kick in, which was kind of shitty. Like some of them you had to wear a very specific type of armor, which only one type of armor would have like that kind of notation to it. So we'll, I can't think of what you'd call it, but there'd be like certain I can't remember what the title would be, but it's like the prefix. Yeah, prefix. And it would be like a specific only armors that would have that prefix would work, and certain weapons only have this would work, and da-da-da. And people just didn't like it, so they took them out for that next patch instead of putting them out and worked on them. They actually improved them heavily, and they're a lot better than they were before. And they actually look like they will be kind of nice. With the ammo one that increases how much ammo you make, and one that can increase how much your special points are in each category, which can allow you to equip more cards, allowing you to vary your build even further. That's pretty awesome, to be honest. That's a really awesome idea for a perk. Allowing people to expand builds by giving other variety to their build, allowing them to effectively use other weapons or anything like that. Or even if it's not even just using other weapons, maybe allowing them to use extra weight. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But regardless, you could expand your build a lot, which would be good. And then you have, I can't think of any more perks for that. And then you also, along with that,
have you ever won?
mentioned, yeah, there was that one. That's going to be changed a bit, but it's going to be easier to use. But they're also going to be having a couple of better ones.
Then there's the leveling gap difference thing where it's like...
Yeah, it's a one wasteland for all. I couldn't think of the name. As what Josh mentioned, it's a one wasteland for all. That will be making it where everybody will basically have their own version of a character they're fighting. So like, instead of you guys coming to help me, level-wise. Instead of you guys coming to help me, I'm fighting level 60s or something, and they all being level 60, and let's say you're level 15. It won't be such a bitch for you, essentially, instead of you guys having to come in and fight this fucking level 60, and you're like, 35, 45 levels under, or anything like that, and you're doing no damage. It'll be equalizing them a bit more, so you can actually see stuff at your level, and you can kill it at your level. It'll also make it easier for people to get gear, because they can actually get gear at their level. Because since you're killing enemies at your level, it'll be giving you gear at your level. That's a big one that helps higher level players more than anything, honestly. Higher level players really need that one, because when they're helping their low level friends, they're killing like level 5s and shit like that. They're not getting anything they want. And that kind of sucks, because if you find like a level 5 legendary, you might have the chance of getting like a perfect fucking legendary with, I don't know, like 2-shot explosive and, I don't know, vampire or something. Let's say, I don't know what the third one would be, but point is, you could get one that would say like 2-shot explosive with vampire, and it'd be like the perfect fucking one for your build. But the problem is, it's level 5. You're level 50. Useless, essentially. And that's a huge issue. So like I said, that one's more geared towards high levels. Low levels don't really care as much about the whole gear drop thing, because they can, if they're lower level, well, obviously they just level up and use it.
Yeah.
Higher levels, though, getting stuck with low level legendaries that suck ass, but they have all the good legendary perks, that's just a kick in the nuts.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I actually never really had an issue with that, because when I was helping out a low level, you heard him earlier on the podcast, a couple episodes back, his name's Dip, Gaming Dipper. I was helping him out through Fallout, and for some reason, when I was going through his low level stuff, I killed a low level, like level 5. And for some reason, he got to level 55 automatic handmade, for some reason.
Level 45, you mean?
45, yeah.
Yeah, max 50, isn't it?
Yeah, max is 50.
I don't know.
Guns will only be either max level 50 or max level 45.
Yeah, I've never had that issue.
And that can happen. I guess that's fair. That can happen, but it's not a commonality. It's a lot more rare for you to get a high level off a low level. Because like earlier, we were fighting, I think it was 46 rad scorpions, and it dropped me a legendary. This is actually just before you got on. It dropped me a legendary fucking handmade that I didn't think it was 50% armor piercing or something, or 50% limb damage, and it also had explosive shot, but it was level 35.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm still going to mess with it, see if I can make it work for my level well enough so I can keep it, but if not, worst case, I'm going to be throwing it to Josh if I can't get it to equal out damage-wise.
I think they should have a thing. This would actually be nice for an idea. They should have a thing where if you actually like a certain effect that it has on the gun, but you don't like the gun itself, you should be able to have something to be able to remove the legendary part and add it to something else.
Wasn't that a thing in Fallout 4?
It was in a mod.
Nah, mod, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it seemed like you have...
There's also the chanting thing and stuff in Skyrim. And Elder Scrolls, I should say. That's Skyrim.
Just imagine that though. Instead of having, say, like, explosive rounds on, like, lever action, you take off the explosive rounds off the lever action and put it into something like a 50 cal. And something like that. You will have it, as long as you have the necessary ingredients to actually remove it and put it on something else. I think that's a good idea.
That'd be nice, that's for sure, but it would also have the drawbacks of making it too easy for people to get a lot of great-ass weapons.
True.
More so, it should be like, if not just any particular one thing, it should be whatever's on the entire weapon completely.
I was gonna say, if anything, like, I would have just said, like, make it where if you have a weapon that you really like, you can do upgrades that scale it up in level for you. So instead of making it where people can build, like, the ultimate fucking power weapon, you know, where it's two-shot explosive with vampire or whatever you need. Like I said, that varies on your build, I don't really know. I just know two-shot explosive is kind of the one everyone wants, and then the third part is just kind of based on you, I suppose. But, like, you know, that's what I'm getting at. It's like you have the prime two-shot on one weapon, you take it off, explosive on another, take it off, and you take your third one from somewhere. You'd be making OP weapons all the time. But, like, to kind of counter that, I would say just make it where people, if they have, like, a level 15 gun, it's like, fuck, I like this gun stuff, but, you know, it's too weak. Just make it where there's a way to upgrade it to your level. Or change, you know, the cap to it so it does more damage. That's not letting people keep too overpowered of weapons because they can't make them specifically, but they can at least upgrade ones they like.
That or make it to where you actually need like a really rare thing that you can only get from like from the Scorch Beast Queen drops. Like make it to where like, you need like a bunch of those.
Stuff like that, like the I know it's like the flux or something.
Yeah, like bunch of slots or something like that.
Yeah. You can just, depending on what level you're moving it up to, you can change the amount of flux needed. Or depending how many tiers of level, maybe, not just how many levels you're moving up, but like, if it's a level 5 and you have to move it up 4 tiers, you know, to get to 45 it costs more, but if it's like level 35 and you're moving it to 45 it costs a lot less, because it's just one tier.
I feel like it's like no matter what, if you add in the ability to add legendary effects to any weapon you want, it will end up making some really unbalanced weapons.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's why I was saying just be able to upgrade them. Like just upgrade old ones you have. Like you can't change the perks at all. You can just only upgrade it to a higher level cap, so it's useful on your character.
Right. That's why you keep offering trade.
What?
You're offering trade.
I did not offer a trade.
It's offering trade above your head.
I suffer from rattle hands. What's that even mean?
You have Parkinson's?
No, it's just you rarely have the effect of saying rattle boys before you pull out a Tommy gun. It is open fire. You guys heard anything new? Anything interesting lately at all? It's not really much to say on Siege. Siege hasn't changed much as of a late time. Oh,
I say I don't have much to say on League of Legends. It's pretty much the same as last time. The only thing I complain about is they're buffing Ahri, which I think is a fucking stupid idea. But nobody here knows who Ahri is, so it's kind of pointless to explain.
have you guys been playing Onward lately?
I haven't played much lately. We've been attending to.
Yeah, we've been trying to, but we keep getting put off.
We were gonna play it earlier today, but then Sabrina was up for playing this, and we were like, yeah, we'll come on. I was just gonna originally play it for like an hour or so, but then started getting really into it, and we've probably been on it for the past like 5 hours. 4 or 5. So originally today, Josh and I were gonna play Onward, or Computer at least, one of the two. Original plan was Computer, then play Onward.
Yeah, we were planning on playing the new playlist, which is really fucking weird. There's a Halloween playlist in Synergy Sandstorm. It's so weird. It ends in a couple days, but it's like a Halloween style. It's weird. Since we're not really close to Halloween season.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how far ahead it is. But yeah, no. Like I said, we were gonna play it today. We just never got to it. Why does this thing want my ass? But that was the intention until Sabrina kind of got us hooked into this, and we haven't gotten off of it because it's just been fun.
Yep. I don't mind it.
We originally.
Yeah,
me neither. Me neither. Oh yeah, for sure. I was just more saying that we were originally going to play that for most of the day, or almost all of the day. It was just play Computer, then Onward, and go from there, and then come back to do the podcast when we could. But plans change, and it just kind of worked out this way.
Yep. Herbs. Jesus Christ, I'm flying through levels right now.
But, yeah, I ain't got too much to mention I can think of off the top of my head right now. Anybody else got one?
New game sessions as a game demo now, which is I think it's from the people who made Skate. Not EA, but it's like the same dev team, I believe. They just came out with a demo for their new game. I haven't played it myself, but we have a friend who's played it. He says it's pretty good. I'll go off his word. Me and him usually have similar tastes in skating games. But
Playing?
you
said that.
There's actually a movie I've been actually meaning to watch is Trying to Be a Superman, and it's like about the creation of Tony Hawk. The video game Tony Hawk. Have you heard about that one?
Nope.
Like, it looks like a really interesting documentary.
You're gonna be an interesting documentary if you keep it up.
Ooh, don't throw me a good time.
It's not. It's not a good time, trust me.
Kinky.
Fair enough.
I don't have anything else.
Wreckfest started the new season. That's something to remember. Nothing big detail there other than they just started the next season and added a new vehicle called the
Hell Harvester.
Hell Harvester, that's what it is, thank you. They added the Hell Harvester, so it's just like a faster, more upgraded and stronger version of the normal Harvester. Kind of like the Doom rig, basically just an upgraded semi. Not much detail to that though, that's really all there is. I can't give you too much on it. I've gotten both, they're both kind of cool. I haven't used it though in a normal race yet.
I never
even playing.
Rig.
I probably will never be able to.
Josh sucks at racing.
I do! I still play Rockfrost with you guys because I enjoy the game itself.
Is it because the game's fun?
Two-time loser.
We have friends? What a fucking faggot.
Fag!
Yeah, that's really all I've got.
Oh, well, I'll have to kill myself. See a lot troubles, Bill? No, I'm just trying to kill myself.
Well, I guess we'll talk on our whole friend group in general. For some reason, all of us seem to have been getting back into Frauner. Again.
Well, I think there's a reason behind that. It's called a new character for the Knights.
I wouldn't even say that.
Oh, that can't be it.
It seems to happen every time there is a new character for Knights.
Just every time there's a new character in general. But either way, though, I'll start off, it was just me, and then me and Josh were doing arcade, and then actually no, it was me and Soul were just messing around. Then Josh, we got you back into it somehow. Then we somehow convinced Chill. Then Dip started joining.
I more so kind of put a gun to him and said, "Hey, you got champion status now. Use it."
That's it.
That's really how it went.
They're bad people.
I'm a caring friend. I buy shit for people and then force them to play it.
I make them feel shitty if they don't.
Guilt tripping, it works every time.
I do have one opinion, though. I know I'm hopping games a lot here, but on back on the topic of Fallout 76, I wish they would increase the storage space for the stash box just a little bit more. Because struggling with 800 is kind of this. Kind of wish they like bump it up a little bit.
No idea.
It's the typical RPG mindset. Horde.
You have no idea, Ice. You want to know what the original weight was for that box?
I don't want to know.
500.
It was, I think Sabrina's, it was either 300 or 400 was the original cap. I think it was 400.
Yeah, 400 sounds about right.
No, I think it was 400 from the start, then they moved it up to 600, and people were like, nah, this shit still is not enough, and then they bumped it to 800. Yeah. Tried managing that shit on 400, Ice. It was god-awful.
And nobody's buying the missiles. Well, I guess they gotta lower the prices on the missiles.
I can tell you why nobody buys missiles off the end on this game is it's because explosive builds in this game suck. They are not a worthwhile cause, so not many people do them. It's more of a spoof joke in this game. That can be a topic for anybody there, or not even really a topic, just a quick claim for anyone. If you're gonna play this game and go through with it, don't make a build into explosives. It is not worth a goddamn. It is quite literally just a spoof joke. Now, if you're doing it as just like a little spoof for fuck it, go ahead, whatever. If you're just trying to have some fun and fuck around with it, why not? Go ahead and do it. It can be entertaining to fuck with, I won't lie. It's a kind of fun just messing around with explosives in general. But if you're actually going for an effective build, and I legitimately mean like just like a high damage, able to kill like bosses and shit by yourself without needing much assistance and not dying a lot, don't do it. If you're genuinely looking for just an effective build that does not have to have teammates helping or reviving you, it's better to go somewhere else, like heavy guns, assault rifles, anything. Just explosives is not the way. That's overall, this is a fun game. It's pretty enjoyable to get into if you're just looking for something to mess around with.
For all the hate it gets, it is a pretty fun game.
I feel like there was another game I wanted to bring up at some point, but I've completely forgotten it.
You'll remember what the podcast is.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'm drawing a fucking blank right now. Like there was something I looked at and I was kind of... This is really hitting me in the nuts here. There was something I looked at and it really was like... looking forward to that, but now I got nothing.
I can't remember I don't know what you were trying to bring up because you didn't lead on to anything before we started.
Well, why would we? We're never prepared.
I'm telling you, we're not
Prepared
prepared.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It is what it is.
Kill yourself. Right now. Do it on the
Alright. God damn it.
I just noticed off-ball thing here with this game. Everybody's got an X4 bonus at the top of their events. I have an X3 for some reason.
What was that?
We're all on the same team. Everybody's got a ×4 event team as bonus. I've only got ×3. I'm getting fucking schmammered here.
So that's why I've been getting fucking
Yeah, that's why we
cruising
need
through levels.
XPs.
Yes, you get a lot of XP for this. Primal cuts.
Alright, where is it?
Yep.
Right
I
by
just-
Serena's base.
I said, I just been fast traveling off this also.
That works. But, overall, though, yeah, we're going to be trying to work on talking more about just personal shit or having fun. Might even start talking more about games as we play them, too, just because there's, well, news-wise, everything has slowed right the fuck down.
It's a snail pace. No.
Next.
What's your topic thing? If you wanted to join, you could talk.
It's British mic even good.
Nobody knows who we're talking to. My wife is also on the party.
Yeah.
She just didn't really want to do the podcast stuff. She just more was... But
yeah, it works.
Yeah, she, joined the talk. Well, she didn't want to, but she was playing this with us because she likes Fallout.
Yep.
So we've been having fun with this.
She plays a lot of games with us, but she doesn't like to talk to us. She's a real ass like that sometimes.
True.
Ow!
But, yeah, I'm not quite sure where this house is here. It's kind of a terrible position for this. But, has anybody got anything, really? Anything they really want to talk about? Any games they're looking forward to playing? Anything at all?
Well, if
I'm really hoping Cyberpunk doesn't get another delay.
Yeah, you can just shut your mouth. That's all it is.
It's like, I would like a dragon. That's not realistic. You want something else, sweetie? Cyberpunk's gonna come out on time. Alright, what color dragon?
We're getting a little too far there, fucker. The house will calm down those times.
How did it take it actually?
Whoa, we're not allowed to have opinions here.
Irish shit too much to get to this whole podcast. I think it'll be too late to call.
It's never too late.
But do you guys think that video game publishers are better off not saying anything about it at all and just wait for it to actually be released, or hype it up towards the end before the release?
Well,
I think you gotta balance, personally. I think you gotta balance between keeping a hype on it, because stealth releasing, I think, is always a bad idea, because nobody knows your fucking game comes out. But I also feel like overhyping your game with, like, mechanics you might not even be able to succeed in putting in is not a good idea either.
So you can do like this, also like what Rockstar, I think they do this on purpose. They leak shit, stuff gets leaked before it comes out. But I think they fucking do that on purpose, try to have like the content creators hype up these things instead of like them releasing trailers and shit. I go on, nice.
Okay, well,
Personally, I thought stealth releasing was more the better option, because if you just stealth release it and then have someone pick it up and realize, hey, this game's actually not bad, and share it, then it kind of becomes like amazing. For example, Henry Stickmin series, if you guys remember that.
The old Flash game.
Yeah, it's an old Flash game. A lot of people honestly keeps forgetting that exists. And people at Puffball Games never mentioned anything about completing the mission, which is like one of like the latest ones they just released.
And you got released as a full bundle with all the Henry Stickmins in one game.
Yes. And they didn't say anything about it, but then they put it on Steam. And now, all of a sudden, Henry Stickmin has just blown up all across YouTube. There's a bunch of memes on it. It used to be Get Stick Bugs was the name, but now it's Get Henry. It's just Henry dancing all over the place. That's it.
Get distracted.
Yeah, get distracted. That's literally that. And people are just blowing up all over about it. People are still making YouTube videos of it and reacting to it.
It's kind of a gamble. You're taking a serious gamble with self-releasing.
I mean, the problem is, though, the cost of making that game, you can afford to stealth release it, because if only, I don't know, probably like 200 people bought it, let's say, you probably just made a shit ton of money back on that, because it's not like the game is super heavy animation or anything like that.
No, probably isn't.
Like, it's like cost-wise, it's not going to be
it's
super
Flash game,
priced.
technically, so it doesn't take much.
But with a game like Fallout, Call of Duty, anything like that, you can't really afford to stealth that. Because if nobody knows that you, well, put it out, and nobody buys it, you've invested however many possible millions into the game, depending on how long it was in development.
Well,
Stealth release.
I remember if there was a game that actually flopped like that. I think it was.
well, maybe just like the first game, like those stuff released it. But then after that, this kind of hide the second release of the second game. Or something like that.
Yeah, it could work, it could not. Like I said, it's a gamble. You could either win big, you could hit a jackpot, you could blow off, or you could just completely flop and no one touches it.
I don't think there's any problem with hyping your game a bit when you go to sell it. It's overhyping. That's the only thing that can hurt your game.
Yeah.
I feel like the Battlefield 5 kind of fucked themselves over.
Yeah, they overhyped.
I think
would
Battlefield
say-
1 turned out good, but Battlefield 5 turned out bad.
I will say one thing that doesn't
Best game ever.
one thing that doesn't exactly does that would be EA Sports and all that.
It's just a
EA
fucking cut.
EA Sports
here's-
has up every single 2K mission, like every 2K sport game out there, and for some reason it works.
Here's the opinion I have on EA Sports games. It's a fucking carbon copy every fucking time. Only thing it changes is the fucking rosters.
Yep.
Oh, Prime Hermit. Yeah, I don't like EA Sports. Not the fact that I fucking suck at their games. Has nothing to do with it.
EA Sports. Now give me money.
Oh, we failed?
I don't know.
Oh.
You have to kill all of them in time.
Oh, I thought the wave
There's
just
still
started.
2 left.
Oh, but, I think it should be a good measure between hype and trying to keep shit on down low. It's like, hey, this game is coming out this time. It's a continuation. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine still comes down to you got to build it up right. You got to talk about what you're doing new to make sure people are interested. Because you just go, hey, here's the next one. What's the difference? Next one. You got to have something to spike the interest.
For me, that's all EA is. Like, hey, new game. What's new? New game.
The number on it.
We changed the.
Oh, good enough for me.
What's new in it? We changed the cover art.
All right, I'm in.
I was gonna say, they're just like talking like a corporate headquarters. Alright, so we need new plans for a new NBA game. What should we do? This one we tried to put that here. Alright, what if we, instead of doing NBA 2K20, we change the last digit to a 1? Perfect!
We're gonna need more than that. What else are we gonna do? Can we take the other famous basketball player? I'm in. Alright, that's good enough. Let's do this.
Yes.
Get in there, everybody.
Holy shit! You're getting a raise.
Hell, take the company. It's yours now.
That's prime leadership material.
I think that's about all for this one. I think I'm gonna hold this episode till next weekend so we can try to get back on track a little bit better.
Yep.
Because it's gonna take a bit for this to upload. So if anybody watches this, it's going to be a week gap between the two. Obviously, by the time you see this, it won't matter because it'll be that week gap already. But point is moreover that sorry about the week gap. It's so we can kind of catch up because we had a weekend where we weren't able to record, and I'd kind of like to get back ahead and help stack these again. And because of the weeks, I'm going to be busy with my job. So trying to honestly do this and put this up and wait for all the shit, it's just going to be a hassle as it is. So in all honesty, it'd just be easier for me to wait till next weekend and do them both kind of deal. But so yeah, like I said, when you see this, it won't matter because it'll already be the week by, and then you'll understand what happened. But regardless. Sorry.
Alright. Well,
But yep. So
I hope you
like I said,
guys
1 week
have enjoyed.
gap. No, don't talk to me like that. But how can they enjoy it? It's going to be a 1 week gap, Josh. It's just going to ruin some of your lives.
It hypes up the wait between the second podcast.
Yeah. Okay. Come back to the same useless bullshit.
All right.
You know you're not even
next
supposed to be
podcast,
at that strategy-wise.
It's Heretical Podcast 2.
But honestly, it's such a bad way to go about it, honestly, because like if a big YouTuber did that, they'd get shit on. We're like, hey, I'm gonna delay this one just because I'd like to have them on stacks again. If it was a big YouTuber, they'd get so much shit. They'd be like, oh my fucking god, are you kidding me? You're just gonna be lazy because you didn't have time to record another one? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Luckily, nobody cares about us, and this is mainly for us to come back and look at one day to see what was going on, so it does not matter at all.
Later on, we find out, I was like, we go back and we have like 1 million views. What the fuck?
If anything, we probably just delete the video and pretend it never happened.
Pretty much. Yeah, I didn't see that. Fuck that.
We just trim it down. We just cut out the section where we're talking about being a week delay.
But yeah, no, like I said, it's just fucking. Luckily for us, we're nobodies that only do this mainly for us to just look at later in the future. So if we ever got big, it's that'd be a mistake for anybody who watched it.
Who's this Walter White person inside your house?
I don't know. He just shows up to talk to the lady upstairs, and it kind of annoys me because he always blocks my steps when I come home.
Can he blow his kneecaps out?
No.
Damn it.
But alright, so that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Alright,
well, as I was saying before, hope you guys enjoyed. Well, whoever listens to these, hope you've enjoyed. This was episode 36. And, well, hey, we can hope.
I don't want to.
What? Hey, you said this was for us to come back to, so you can say, future us, hope you've enjoyed listening to our fucking bullshit back in the day.
I don't hope for any enjoyment for us. I hope we suffer.
Yeah,
you're already suffering.
Alright. Get us out of here.
Alright, hope you've enjoyed this episode 36. Yada yada yada. Get the fuck out of here.
Bye.
Later.